stage 4.Whatever. There's my sawdust burner. Got a that's like a blower fan thing. Knocked it up. Work of art that. That just blows the sawdust. 15 litres. There's the heat exchanger. This is the bin. 110 litres. But what I've had to do, inside there's like a crock pot. It's about 10 litres, stainless steel. And I've drilled 3 holes in it. One at the bottom, one in the middle, one at the top. And what happens is, like, when the water goes round this heat exchanger, the hot water comes down, goes in there, into the crock pot. Then, in the bottom hole, then the water that gets sucked up through the heat exchanger is in the middle hole of the crock pot. And then what gets left, there's another hole, the top one, which sucks the water out, the hot water. It goes round 40 metres of placky pipe, then 10 metres of the copper coil, and then just goes back into the drum. 110 litres, whatever. Then you go in here. It's why you sit there. I'll sort that. Kitchen's still a bit muddy, but this is where it gets a bit technical. I've got that, and all them wires at the back are all connected to sensors. There's one just inside the barrel with the water, then there's another one that's inside the crock pot, and then there's another sensor that's inside, that's attached to the copper coil, and then I've got another one that's just outside. And you go to this software, and what this does is, like, it gives you the readings. So that reading is the temperature inside the crock pot. That's the temperature of the copper coil. That's the temperature of the water outside the crock pot, but inside the 110 litres of water. That's the temperature of outside. So what you can do with this is, you go down here and you click on control. Right, it gives you all the readings again. But what it is that this front bit, the relays. So what happens is you set that one, it's 50 degrees down, but I mean I can make it alter or colder. So once it gets to 50 degrees, it turns the pump off, so no water gets pumped around, and then when it cools down to 48, it turns it back on, starts pumping there again, and you can have a drop off of like 2 degrees, but you can set that at, like, 60, and set that at like 10, so if we get to 60 degrees, turn off. Once it gets to 50 degrees, it'll turn back on, and so on. So all there is now is just working out the timings on your own. But I reckon 2 of them 15 litre drums of sawdust will easily eat a good 2 rooms, big rooms with it, using placky pipe, because that's what I've sussed. If you have the water pumping around all the lot, they balance themselves out and they give off some heat. But take it from me, like, you don't need any more than 50. Well, actually, I think it's between 35 and 40. You have it set at, depending on what type of floor you have. If you've got a concrete floor, it'll take longer for warm up, but the concrete will hold the heat in and release it longer. Whereas if you have an insulated floor, it'll heat up quicker, and away you go. But anyway, we're getting there. We're getting there.